Well, guys, we're ready for draft number 2, so let's get right to it as Balrogs are looking for that 2-0. And we're seeing SeekNStrike struggling to find that third game. Let's look at the openers. Once again, Balrogs with a tiny Snapfire. They're going to repeat similar to last game. I actually didn't ask you. It was actually Fat. Were you happy with that Snapfire offlane for RSNT? Do you think that was a decent performance?
Yeah. I'm a big enthusiast of Snapfire offlane. So far, I've only seen Whisper playing it.
Yeah.
And I liked to see Arsent enjoying the movement of Snapfire 3. I think it worked really well with the Bug Coil. They already had a combo that they would get a kill for sure.
Now, for Kings, they've stopped a little bit. They're still picking up the Weaver, but this time they start with a lot of team fight in the Mars. Is this a stronger offlane than last time with the Sanking? Are you confident in Dunya's Mars here, Duster?
Yeah, he's Mars for sure. I think he played Mars the second game he won against Lava. That was a great performance. Yeah, it just feels like he's much more comfortable on Mars for sure. He understands the hero pretty well.
Do you feel like the role swap has kind of affected King of Kings a little bit here, with Dunya having to learn 3 as the season starts?
I would think so, yeah, because he plays every role in pubs, of course, but it's a big change on competitive. And for a guy that played most of his life position 4, like it's a huge swapping from core to support is something, but support for core, that's some balls. How
big is that swap for you? 60 Fat, yeah, I think you've always played 3, right?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, in my competitive career, yeah.
Yeah. How big do you think the swap from 4 to 3 is? Do you think that's a big jump, or do you think it's more viable?
As Duster said, Dunya always play a lot of positions in competitive and inside pubs, and Mars is kind of like a standard hero for people who doesn't play offlane. I think he will be fine.
Why is that? Explain that.
I mean, it's like a hero everyone enjoying playing in offlane, you know? Like, whoever goes to play offlane at pub and he's not offlaner player, he's like, oh, I'm gonna pick Mars here.
10 seconds.
What's a hero that only offlaners?
I think he played a lot this Mars already in his life, so at least the game I watched him from Lava, he played well, and I'm expecting he's gonna go decent this game.
What's a hero that is only for offlaners? What's a hero that nobody plays if they swap to that position? That you can give me an example of.
On offlane?
Yeah.
And I think Nature Prophet or like Enigma. I think those or no, Darkseer, man. I have to go Darkseer.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Do you like playing Darkseer though, Sexy Fat? Are you a true offlaner?
Yeah, so. I kind of like it. Not the best hero, but I do play.
Okay. Well, Kings, how would you like them to propose the second game? You just come from the first loss. Are you looking for an easier draft here, Duster? Are you looking for like a very teamfight heavy draft? What should they fix for this game too?
Yeah, I think they can go similar to the game on draft. They just need to align better with their carry. Like if they want to play fast, they need a faster carry. If they want to play slow, they need a slower carry. Like for now, it seems like they want to fight. So I expect something like a Luna, maybe his Gyro, something more active, you know, not morphing again.
Okay, I'd like to see that. I mean, Benny is known for those carries particularly. Like, he's the Luna and Gyro player. That's what he played essentially when they were, Binomistas? He only played Gyro and Luna. So I was also very surprised with the morphing pick. Balrog also wants to play as fast, though, as they deliver the Undying. Once again, either Snapfire or Tiny are going to be flexed. Were you guys okay with the Tiny 4 performance last game? Do you guys think that was a solid Tiny 4?
Yeah. I think this hero still works really well at position 4.
It as a 4, but he played well. Like the lane seems to be really nice with Snapfire, that's for sure. This minus armor cooking to the avalanche toss combo, like it's so much damage. So I guess in this situation it can work pretty well.
And the Undying, of course, your favorite hero, Duster. I'm glad that they picked it, so you can give me your opinion on this hero.
You know how I'm gonna cheer for already.
I mean, you want to curse him again, dude? Be my guest. Now Kings needs your strength right now. As they're gonna play the Ember. Is that one of the minis special heroes? Because Invoker's in the pool and they're not picking it this time.
Yeah, it's not like the best hero mini, To be honest, I don't like too much his Ember Spirit, but let's see if he can surprise me.
Why not go for the Invoker this game then, Sexy Fat, if it's available?
10
Maybe lost
seconds
confidence?
Okay.
I can see that.
5 seconds
Because
remaining.
Invoker for them, like from previous matches, was like first pick, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
the only thing I can imagine is like I lost confidence.
And Chandler's gets picked up now for King of Kings as well. So they're gonna be repeating a similar lineup, honestly. They've only deviated on their cores. Are you still sticking with the same thing, Duster? That you want like an early core, like a Luna or a Gyrocopter here, or a carry rather?
Sure, he even picked even a faster mid laner, like with more mobility, more kill potential. I like his Ember pick instead of the Invoker, it's really nice. I don't like setting Encanters though. I feel like he fucked up his build last game. He went for Power Threads Hood, but he didn't level Impetus at all.
Yes.
I think if you go for this healing build, you gotta go for something like a Holy Locket. If you go Threads, Dragonlance, it's to do damage, you know, it's to have Impetus, and he didn't have, so I think he made some kind of weird hybrid build.
Right. And the Luna is stolen by Balrogs now. If you're looking at this, can Balrogs just ban like 2 fast carries, then King Kings is forced to go off tempo again? Duster?
Yeah, Balrogs is drafting really well here. They're putting Apo Kings in check because there's not many active carries left in the pool. Like they're banning and they stole Luna, which one of this Benny's best hero. If they ban Gyro here, it's gonna be a rough game for Apo Kings.
I believe
assuming-
Balrogs read Apple Kings really well. They know they're gonna come to us and they wanna fight, so let's pick more early heroes and fight them back. Like why not?
Yeah. With good counter initiation here as well, right? With the Undying, nice little catch to the Tiny. It's looking good for them. If you don't go for the early tempo, then what options could Apo Kings go for instead? Like what other heroes? Let's say the Gyro gets banned here. What other heroes could Apo try to do for carries?
Something good would be a hero to kill Tombstone, because they have none so far. Maybe like a PL.
I believe Tower Blade is the best for them.
Also
in this
TB,
situation. But yeah, PL can also work.
I prefer active, but if they decide to go for something more scaling, more late game, needs to kill Tombstone, 100%.
And for Balrogs, what part of their lineup are they missing here for the mid? They're already getting rid of Romothnas heroes. What should this mid hero fulfill?
Mobility,
Okay.
for sure. Something with
There's
that
the TV.
can speed their tempo a bit.
Could they run the Snapfire mid as well? Because Romothna does play that for sure.
Tiny
And
mid
that's the
would
Timber,
work.
so.
I think Tiny mid would be decent. He would be very
Oh,
active,
okay.
and
Okay.
then they can pick another 4.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know how is the Tiny
5
Ember
seconds
matchup.
remaining. Dire team pick.
Wraith King.
Wraith King for Benny. Is that the fast hero you were expecting, Duster?
It is fast, like the skeletons can help take towers, force glyphs, he does the armlet, desolator blink build. Like you can play very fast, I just disliked how you get heavy counter by Undying. Like Tombstone is gonna destroy Apo King's team,
5
because they have 0
seconds
heroes to hit it.
Could Balrogs themselves try going for the Invoker Quas Wex this game? Since now they saw the Wraith King?
Seems good.
Would be
Yeah.
awesome actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alacrity for Luna, plays fast, burns Wraith King mana, burns Ember Spirit Shield.
Romothna has had inconsistent results with the hero though, so they might be doubting about that, but he does play it. He's a bit of a feast or famine Invoker player for sure. Would you still like the Tiny mid though, Duster?
Yeah, I would like the Tiny mid still.
Okay.
They could some other 4-player plays.
Choose your
Leech.
hero.
Oh, so
Okay.
Snapfire mid. All right.
Hmm?
Well, or is it Legion mid actually?
The Legion
No,
off
Snapfire
lane.
mid.
Or maybe it's Tiny mid and Snap 4.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's true. There's so much flex in this lineup.
Yeah?
Look,
Yeah.
they're keeping that to the end, even though nobody can see except for us.
Yeah, it's Snap 4.
Yeah, you're right. It's Tiny mid.
It's really strong this lane on Legion and Snapfire. The minus armor with the third spell of Legion, it's gonna do a lot of damage on this Wraith King. If he goes for that build, he could just go the cookie and the scatter blast also.
Super strong. And also the Dispel from Legion helps teamfight so much, because now you have to initiate this Legion commander.
Hey, Duster, I know that you hate Undying, but it seems like you're going a little bit for Balrogs. Is this going to be your prediction?
5 seconds remaining.
Ooh!
But because the other 4 heroes are really, really good. I would replace Undying in this lineup for sure. But all things considering, it is a sick Undying game. Like, you counter Wraith King very, very well. Like, all these heroes, they don't have much mobility, they don't hit Tombstone. It's a game for Undying to shine, not to feed.
Sexy Fat, what are your predictions?
I think considering the lane matchups, Balrogs should start ahead, and if they manage to grow even more their advantage they're gonna build in the start, I think they're just gonna snowball the game. And
Okay.
I prefer them.
All right, the panel cursed Appleking Kings. Now they take a turn cursing Balrogs. Will we get a game 3? We're going to have to see, as Appleking King still has one more chance to get this win. We're going to go over for the casters, Epulze and SeekNStrike, to narrate this encounter. Thank you indeed, Avo. Richie, are you siding with our panel? Are you also a Balrogs fan this game?
I am, yeah. I think there's absolutely no solution towards the Tombstone. I think I think it was Suxyfat or Duster that said that it's gonna wreck the Wraith King. Like, throughout any stage of the game, basically, I just don't see how Apu Kings force a fight around an objective when the Undying can just put a Tombstone behind it and then Apu Kings have to leave. Like, there's no, it just doesn't feel like there's any counterplay there. Weaver, he's not bad against Tombstone because of Geminate attack, and he's not going to be slowed by the Horde during Sakuchi. But he also doesn't clear the zombies, I believe, when he goes in Viz. So, there's problems.
You mean the Sakuchi, yeah?
Yeah. I just think there's problems. I think there's problems. Balrogs, they can choose to play this fast. I believe with the LC, they might try and get that ball rolling. But they can also choose to, sit back and let the Luna farm. And I still think she does decently in this late gaming matchup with the Wraith King. I think it's a really good draft by Balrogs. In fact, even a bit of an out draft. I think this last pick, Wraith King, was a really good solution for Apu Kings. I was, really, really impressed to see it. But before that, the draft was looking really bad for them, for sure.
I was personally a bigger fan of the gyrocopter, if I'm honest with you. I see the point of the rating, especially with the tiny mid, it makes much more sense, but I still would have maybe liked the gyrocopter better. I do feel like the Mars Arena is not really well utilized this game by anyone, right?
Yeah.
There's like no combo inside of it, there isn't a ranged hero that gets blocked by it, and Wraith King is definitely not the kind of hero you want to help with the arena.
Your best combo is like Swarm into Sleight of Fist. Like, that's not really much of a combo though, of course. So like, yeah, it's not a bad lineup for like the physical damage, right? Weaver with Swarm, the Deso build likely for Benny here at some stages. He does seem to already have the Helm of the Iron Will or the Armlet in the quick buy. So we are expecting to see that instead of the Radiance build that Nico Baby is trying to pioneer over in Western Europe.
I mean, he's not had much success with it, so I'm hoping it does not become a staple.
Mixed bag, right? Mixed bag so far. 1-1 on it. Won a game, lost a game on it.
Lost against Bald, though.
Yeah, well, they won the series.
Yeah, played good series. It's true. But yeah, I'm hoping people don't do that. I'm never a fan of people always going for the same build no matter what, right? Like that's always my concern. So what concerned me was that when I saw the game against Bald, I was thinking this is not a good raid in this game, like for no reason.
Yeah, and
well, like there's a reason why people go for the Armlet Deso in general.
I don't think Apu Kings really want a tri-lane up here. Undying is like the king of tri-lanes, or even just the king of laning against a tri-lane. He doesn't even need a third hero to be here with him. And they're going to go ahead and TP away the Ench, because that was not going to be any good. Ench didn't really have anything to do down here anyway, but is going to be unable to really contest the blocking of camps, by the snap. So if Serum does want to take level 1 enchant and look for a creep, he's going to have to go really far from lane into his own jungle. Again, didn't really get anything done top. There's the point of Nature's Attendance.
Not sure about this build once again. Like, I'm waiting with Duster here. Last time he had really little impact because he went for this full enchant build, so the lane was okay. But then afterwards, yeah, he was right. No damage. And going for the first point and heal, it's like, sure, you'll be able to trade endlessly against Snapfire, but not really what you want to do. Legion already trades fine against Wraith King, right? So it's not like she's threatened by this. With a creep, you might die more often, sure, but you'll die to Snapfire, who cares? And you at least are capable of bring her down. Of course, because she couldn't, her camps got blocked. I'm assuming this is why she chose to go for this build. But she blocked one of them. So
No, she didn't block either. These are both blocked by Snapfire.
what? No, the sentry.
Is it Dire Sentry?
No, not the top one.
Oh well, Snap blocked the camp anyway with the body block, right? I mean, but fair enough.
Well, sure, but like now it's blocked though.
Is that blocked? I think it is. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't know the,
Pretty
the
sure.
spawn box off the top of my head. I think it's blocked.
Oh, maybe not. Okay, so maybe this is like a
not.
dewarding sentry. If it's a
Yeah.
dewarding sentry, all fine, right? But if you block both camps, I think that's weird. I've seen this a couple of times, particularly in SA, where like they'll just kind of like autopilot and they'll block. Actually, no, it was NA last time. Sorry, they autopilot and they just block both camps, and they're like, "Mate, you're winning the lane." Like I remember, it was actually Apple Kings. Actually, was the team that did it. I remember them watching. Watching Benny play Kunkka, and he's gonna push the lane, and they blocked both camps, and then they couldn't pull because they blocked their own camps. I'm thinking, like, what are you doing?
They might
How are
have,
you meant to
no,
win this lane?
They're not gonna have the Mars top lane. Missing a lot of
It is
strength.
100% blocked.
Speaking of missing strength, Weaver, poor Weaver. I mean, you step on him, a creep steps on him, and he's dead. He's got 380 max HP. Be careful here, my friend.
He 100% meant to block that. That is 100% a blocking move, and he's not dewarding it.
Yeah, I don't know
I
then.
don't know.
I think that's
Not
also
a
really
fan.
weird because what I did like at least 1 point in favor of the Apu King's draft, even before this last pick Wraith King, was that Ench can really push a tower, like with decent points in enchant, right? She finds the troll summoner, and then all of a sudden, you know, tier 1s are being sieged with the 5-minute wagon. So yeah, I'm very shocked to see this as well.
He might be able to kill Snapfire at least. No, she can just walk away, right? That's the issue. You don't really have much kill potential. Now I'm wondering if the second point will be enchant. It will be. I wonder what creeps are going to take. For now, it's just used for the slow, and they actually might kill RZT. Okay, Benny, still no crit though. RZT heals back up, but not enough. Did that bug ever get fixed, by the way?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so that's why the Legion doesn't feel that great.
Yep. And right now the bug is top after all, right, Weaver? Missing 4 strength still, but with the casual...
Weaver's actually a dragon. We determined that in one of the chats.
Okay. Well, it's not a she anyway. He.
Well, she is a dragon.
Skitter,
He
Skitter.
is a bug. Skitter what?
Skitter. That's his name.
Yeah. I think it's
true.
Skitter Scatter, no? Is
No,
that what he
it's-
says? Skitter Scatter?
Well, I don't think he's... Well, I would say I don't think heroes say their own name, but actually they say them all the time.
So Weaver is actually not a dragon or a bug. He's a Pokemon, is what he is.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there are very few figures in history that really like to refer to themselves as the third person. Have you ever met anyone that refers to themselves in the third person, unironically?
Yeah, I'm a caster. Remember, if most of these people they stream, my dude. that's where they become.
But
in
streamers
the
don't
21st
refer to themselves in the third person.
I think you haven't watched enough streamers.
I don't know. I don't know what streamers you're watching.
I've heard a few,
Sweet Anita,
particularly the
Pokemon.
VTubers.
Oh, that's different.
No, I don't mean the big ones. No, the big ones at all. I mean, you don't become big if you refer to yourself in the third person, right?
Oh, you do. General MacArthur did.
Did he?
Yeah,
What a wanker. Yeah.
pretty much.
Tombstone is being destroyed in the top lane. Sexy Yogi.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
anyway.
continue. Oh, okay, they are actually. No swarm, however, so he's like, yeah, sure, I'll take the free kill. Hannes is regretting his choices right now. They need one more Lucent Beam, and they get him with the Soul Rip instead. Dunya tries to protect him best they can, but Dunya himself is in
spear.
trouble. The Undying destroy him. There's a DK available. The spear has to hit one of them at least, and okay, they realize once
Better to
Berna
just
stops
run.
chasing, they're not gonna kill. Yeah, exactly.
Better to just run. He's got the infused raindrops freshly delivered, so even if there was mana for a Lucent Beam, which there is now and there would have been with the 4 wand charges, that wasn't going to be a kill. So good patience there, and a good read top lane. Very strong top lane. The Undying is going to be very, very happy to have a decent amount of lane impact here this game. And again, being able to kind of dissuade pushes just by TPing and dropping a Tombstone is definitely going to be a tool that this Undying has compared to most other games. Okay, bottom, RSNT in a bit more trouble. Cookie Stun is decent into no Scatter Blast, though. It's going to be RSNT, kind of like last game, taking a couple of early deaths.
Okay.
And even
But-
Snap being dealt. Wow.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, this is the
Good.
power of the enchant. He's figured it out, guys. He unblocked his own camp, and all of a sudden, a whole world of possibilities unblocked for himself. Maybe the trick is you block your own camp, and then they don't think they have to block it, and then all of a sudden you unblock it when you choose. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it worked out for them. Now they're winning this lane. RZT, of course, the lane is good for him, but as opposed to the Snapfire, the issue this Legion has is that once you hit 6, it's not like a huge power spike like the Snap, right? Duel is good, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to get a solo kill off Duel alone.
Yeah, they're actually both going for the armlet, so it's a race to armlet, and then I think at that stage one of them is going to really give the other the boots if it's an earlier timing. Arsene is laning very well, though, despite taking 2 deaths now. 33 and 10 is very commendable. Not really a whole lot of side camp action, so this is mostly the lane creeps and skellies. Arsene in a bit of trouble, though, as right as I give him a little bit of praise. This fight, though, going a bit better as they make the jump back towards Benny. There is not enough mana here for the attendants, but with the wand almost full here from the Eng, they certainly have the mana if they need it.
Oh.
Rotation from Hannesis. Bug is now bottom.
Oh, they even canceled the salve actually with a nice Hadouken.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, that is huge. Now they force Arsene to go back home. That means the armor timing is going to be better for Wraith King. That's actually a massive win for this lane. And now at least, because he's not morphling, I think they can play better on this tempo. And Balrogs will have to recover using their mid laner and their carry. Still possible. This game is not lost by any means, but it's already looking better than last game.
Oh my god, here's the push we're talking about. Look at this tower.
Oh god. And look at that Snapfire. She's dropping. No impetus. No need. Yes, need. Yes, need for impetus.
Let her go. You need the Skelly buff onto the wagon.
What? Arsene? What is that, TP? What is that, TP? He has to dispel the enchant here, and I guess he'll delay this push as much as he can?
Yeah, not by much.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah, not by much. I agree. The Skellies are concentrated on one thing. There's like a million skeletons, and of course the rally also affects the Wraith King skeleton, so it's just a bunch of pushing power here.
That's a good point. Yeah, they affect everything. So many Skellies.
Yeah. That rally is a stupid and broken
It's like a
ability.
Zai stream.
That rally is such a strong spell. With that, I think Wraith King might be the strongest early game carry, actually. I never considered this, but rally plus the skeletons on Wraith King? Can you imagine? Everything melts, dude.
I mean, that tower went down. It looked like a turbo mode tower. It was dead just instantly. It was made out of paper.
Are towers in turbo weird?
Yeah, they've got like half HP and like a third of the armor or something like that, especially tier 1s. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can literally push them level 1 with Venom Plague Wards. It's really dumb.
No, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really, really dumb.
Anyway, the early game, while Apple King of Kings holds the 1k lead that they had last game, it's looking much better for them because of the carry they're giving this 1k lead to, right? Ramotheta will still come online at some point, and it's going to be scary for them, but at least Apple King of Kings is taking better advantage of this early game. And now they're going to go for a kill using Mini. Berna's the target. Berna does not have Eclipse. Does he have a point for it, though? 3, 2... No. He does not. Also, it's listed in level 1, so even if it's level 1 Eclipse, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I don't think it even kills Weaver, to be honest. No, I don't think it kills Weaver. Yep.
Berna asks, are you guys lagging as well? And Mini answers, no. Oh, right. Berna, yeah. I confused Berna for Benny there for a second.
Are you guys not lagging? No, that was like the fastest no in the West, wasn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Instant no.
That's also funny that, like, how the English words get transformed in particularly South American Spanish, right? Because if you in Spain, the English words just get used like 1-to-1, right? So you'd go like, "Are you guys lagging?" Literally, "Están lagueando ustedes." But in Peru, they go, "Are you guys lag?" And that's like, what? No, están lag. Like even the best part is he even literally uses the accent, which is something that you only use in like proper writing in Spanish. Certainly not something you see from pro players. And then adds "No están lag ustedes." It's amazing. The language things here are incredible.
Are you saying that the Spanish pro players or Peruvian and SA pro players don't make elaborate poems? Are you saying that they can't write?
Every time I see a post by a South American pro player, my eyes bleed a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. We used to have an issue when when we were back in BTSS, which was with 4D before. We had an issue that we couldn't find a single social media manager that had the proper spelling, and I was like, how is this the biggest barrier for you guys? I'm talking like 23, 25-year-olds, including 2 of our casters who couldn't do proper consistent spelling. And if you guys speak Spanish, you'll know spelling in Spanish is like really easy, guys. It's really easy.
Yeah, Spanish is a very phonetic language, luckily.
Yeah, it's written how it sounds. If you're from South America, it's a bit more complicated with the Z's and S's because they sound the same, or C's, fine. And then, of course, the accent, which is a little bit difficult, but they all follow rules. I was surprised, man. These guys from all over, by the way. Social media managers from Spain, Peru, and stuff. None of them could spell. And it was the first requirement. We actually would write the social media managers. They were forced to write us a 1,000-word essay. And they kept asking us, why do I have to do this for a social media management job? And it was because we wanted to figure out if they could actually write or not.
That's incredible. That is incredible. I don't even... A 1,000 word essay is like... 500 words is like pretty trivial. It's like one page, basically. Double space is quite easy. But like...
Oh, yeah.
What?
No, you're right. It's like a lot. 1,000 word essay, a lot.
Oh,
Especially
1,000
because Spanish
words,
words are long.
it's not trivial. Yeah, you like kind of have... I don't even know what I would write about. I don't think I'd...
One guy, my favorite essay, which actually got the social media manager a job, was one guy writing about the history of Peru and the conquering of Spain for some reason. And he said, the final was, "This is why I do not like Dark Light in my name as a caster." as the final line. And I was like, this guy needs to be hired. Please.
Dark, like the HR manager, was the worst, isn't he? He's still a little bit better than Avo Plus, the host. DD Rune active now for many as he's going to be joining the chase. But
at least he wears
Tier
pants.
2 tower is a step too far. Well, yeah, you can't be an HR manager if you're not wearing pants. Stand-up comedian here, are you?
He also lived in Scotland, of course, so obviously that was much colder, and I used to wrap myself in a burrito. They're going to find Serum, and he is going to die. Sorry, as a burrito with my black... yeah, another Freudian slip there. Nice little kill there on Serum. Good. I mean, they lose the regen rune, of course, for Berna, so that sucks for his farming speed, but he's fine. Luna's one of the best farmers anyway in the jungle. And that kill on Serum gives her a little bit more, so she can match the Wraith King's net worth.
And this DD rune for Benny didn't really pan into much. No kills here for him. He farms a little bit more, so he's not going to be unhappy with picking up the rune. He is, I think, maybe the poorest core right now? Yes. Yeah, so... Things not really going Mini's way to start the game, but he is on a hero that he can be a little bit more active on.
Exactly, and Ember is okay with that much farm. Obviously, you want to scale eventually, but he scales with kills. And he can rotate early. He needs experience more than anything in the early game, so it's not that big a deal. I thought the same thing, though, about his Invoker. I don't think his Invoker was to blame, honestly, for the last game. I think he actually played a fine Invoker.
Yeah, I'd agree. Sexy Yogi is going to be sapping experience top lane. Honestly, this is not a trivial kill for the Mars. Sexy Yogi... quite tanky, almost 1,000 HP already, has 7 stick charges and the infused raindrops. They get a kill down bottom. Benny making that one look easy, especially with Hannesis also doing a great job. Really has no purpose being top lane anymore, as Undying kind of just two-shots him. So he's just rotating around the map, trying to annoy the Luna, annoying the Snapfire here, picking up the kill. Very nicely done. RZNT is going to come top.
Okay. I mean, he is his recovery lane, I suppose. Like, it's not like Legion can push a tower solo against the Wraith King, so this is the only option she has left. If you leave the carry here, Luna's not going to farm as fast because she needs the jungle for that.
Oh,
so RZNT will do that instead.
He was ready. That was a good play.
Robofeta can still kill Hannesis, though. Yep. There's Toss. Right in place. Infused raindrops, not going to be enough to save him. Robofeta gets the kill. But Mini joining in with the Orbital Corrosion. There's the Searing Chains killing off the Snapfire. That's a lot of damage on the side of Fist.
Level 3.
It is. But Mini can always just retreat, right? He has a Remnant.
Oh, yes. You know.
Also, the side of Fist kills zombies. I was not aware of that.
Yeah, I guess it's everything.
Yeah.
Kind of a bad thing, because he's just bouncing around in there forever. But, maybe once you get Maelstrom, it's not bad. Ooh,
yeah, and that was the example of it, because he bounced there for too long. Duel got to him. Well done.
Okay, get out of... I mentioned some anime thing, like, Ember Spirit, what are you doing? Get out of there! And he says, I must kill zombies, because he only speaks in 4s, and that's how he speaks.
Right.
Zombies,
yeah, but
I must kill.
I think you clearly don't watch enough anime. It's like, this will be the kind of situation where Ember's reaching his breaking point. It's like, he's going too fast! He can't even see the tiny! Ah! It's just this, like, Ember... Shh. That would be more the scene I'm imagining. And he comes back and the tiny kills him. Okay. Don't talk about anime to a weep, dude. We're in Peru. Everyone's a weep here.
I don't know if that's true. I think everyone's Peruvian in Peru.
No. You should see their weep plaza. They actually have a place they call the Triángulo Friki, like I guess the nerd triangle, you could say. Beautiful. The best creation humanity has ever come up with, honestly.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's better than the last place I used to work in Chicago. It's called the Viagra Triangle.
That's very different. Yeah, no. This was much easier. You can buy any action figures you want, any mangas, any animes, video games. It's amazing. And people congregate there. Honestly, a great place. Sexy Yogi. Searing Chains has been used on him, but he did use that Tombstone, which forces Mini away. The zombies are still chasing after him.
They caught the Luna.
Luna? Yep.
Berna?
One more hit.
No.
One more hit. Quick, Berna. Oh. The spear extends. And ZXCA is a little bit late for that kill.
blink reveal, and this really deep ward planted by the Weaver is not only going to give them the space and the confidence to push a tier 1 tower, it's going to pick up a kill on the Luna off the blink reveal from the Mars. Another blink forward here as he's going to pin now Roboseta to H3 to pick up the kill onto the Undying in the meantime. And now Roboseta completely isolated. The Kisses from behind here trying to support him. A toss here is decent, but it's not going to be enough setup for anyone to fall to the Kisses. Now Apu King's going further, another spear, but safely underneath the tier 2 tower. Goes now Snapfire. Another kill? Got RZT?
Got Snapfire too?
It's a team wipe.
Wow. Like in multiple parts, but yeah, they got him. This is the Apple King's aggression. Okay, that seems a bit demean. This is the Apple King's aggression that we saw last game, but with a much clearer plan afterwards, right? I think the Wraith King really allowed them to come into their own, because now they know they're just waiting for Desolator timing and they're ready to go, right? And this seems like a much more confident Apple King.
Yeah, that's a very, very good signs here. Then they get a full team wipe, right? That's, I think, the LC's third death is going to put her Blink Dagger a bit further behind the 8-ball now. Roboseta has his Blink Dagger. I think it's a naked Blink, right? Or does he have something else on the courier coming his way? He's had Blink, right?
What, on the Mars? Yeah.
Tiny? Yeah, on the Tiny.
Oh, on the Tiny. On the Tiny.
No,
Yeah, he's had it for a
face
little
boost.
bit. Yeah.
Well, they need to make something of this. Really good vision, though, for Apu Kings. And now with the Arena of Blood back off cooldown, they're on the prowl for another fight. Lurking through mid and going through the river is going to be the Mars. But seems like he's not going to try that hard for the fight. We'll go and farm a little bit, but he is going to be walking under Balrog's wards here in his own jungle.
Yep. RZT though finally takes the tower bottom. That's a big deal actually. So Balrogs can have a jungle now. But they might lose a Tiny. Illusion. Oh, he actually went down bottom. I don't know how that happened, but he got speared to the bottom part, not the arena. And that saved his life, actually. Beautiful cookie stun on top of that. They also dropped the tombstone. Zombies are starting to pile up. They want to destroy the tombstone in time. The sword will heal it, but they'll finally get rid of it as Dunya dies in the process. Berna activates that Eclipse, going for the Wraith King, but he still has a second life. As the duel hits up the second support, Serum will die and give the extra damage to the Legion Commander. But Balrogs is losing this fight. Berna now forced to retreat. He still has the magic wand. Hannes is giving vision for Berna. Or of Verna, sorry. As he's gonna chase him down.
So here comes Tiny.
He does come Tiny.
Oh,
that's not enough damage because he missed the tree.
Oh,
and now the Enchanter stump. No, Roboseta misses the tree toss because he was up in the air, I presume.
Really? Oh, that's painful. I was wondering what went down there. I saw him throw the tree, and I just didn't feel like the damage ended up coming through. Big fight there for Apu Kings. One thing I noticed, actually, that I didn't realize before was that the Skellies actually try and attack Tombstone. I don't think they count for any hits, but that was, a little bit of damage removed from the team fight. Still plenty of damage that Benny is outputting now that he's got the Armlet and Deso both online. Tiny unable to really nuke RZT.
What is he doing? Oh my god, that's what he's doing. Duel plus kisses from afar. Gets Mini. He might die for this though. But honestly, for the duel, it's worth it. And RZT actually TPing in the face of danger. He's going to be fine. There is no TP though on the Snapfire. They never ask the support if he's carrying a TP or if it's off cooldown, right? They just ask him to come with them. And ZXCA will fall here, unfortunately. Swarm or Vessel, something will get him. The problem is the arena that's happening now, where Berna is caught. Doesn't have Manta style just yet. They do toss him out of the arena, but not enough to kill off the Weaver. Berna realizing he does not want to continue this fight. Time to retreat.
So I don't understand. So like Ice Frog was like, you can no longer go over arena walls, except with Toss, except with Cookie. Just leap?
No, leap and Night Stalker. I think it was just Night Stalker ultimate. I think it really was that. Because like he heard BSJ say for the 1000th time on a panel, like Night Stalker's a good counter to Mars because he can fly over walls, and he got tired of that statement and he just was done with it.
The duel
Well, for Benny, that is his first life. We have Tombstone, we do not, and the duel doesn't give him any damage. RZT gets healed by the Soul Rip, and immediately that heal is nullified by the crit by Benny. Sexy Yogi, they stuff a cookie for him. He's gonna be fine. Don't fight without Tombstone up, boys. That's the trick.
Yeah, 3 more seconds anyway, so it's going to be a little bit of an unlucky fight for them, or an unfortunate time to fight. Now, it's really this game's going to get a little bit harder for them with the losses that they're kind of forced to deal with. Still no Manta style for the Luna online yet. Going to be a little bit hard to contest this Roshan now with the item disadvantage that you're at. He did at least clear the reincarnation. Aegis onto the Ember, but at least Wraith King's not going to be confident in fighting for the first 90 seconds of this Aegis. And T up to 30 damage though. 3 dual victories with level 1 duel is not bad. Not really that bad at all.
Doesn't really matter though, because level 2 that really brings up the damage, right, for the Legion. What is weird is how he's playing with those duels sometimes. Like that duel on Wraith King was odd. Because right now you should be using that duel for initiations and definitely not to get some damage. And dueling Wraith King on his first life is not really an initiation, right? That's just sacrificing your offlaner.
Vessel's completed now as well for Hanasis. So he's going to be doing a lot more
Deal.
damage, especially to Tiny. With that Vessel debuff, not only is it going to cancel the blink, it will chew through his HP pool. And Undying.
Yeah, we do have press though to be able to press attack. Sorry, so be able to deal with that Vessel. As they burst down the Enchantress, or they try to, now the duel. Scatterblast hits as well. The Cookie's going to finish her off. A bit more damage for RZT, still not level 12, though that's important.
TPs.
And now RZT is going to suffer for this, so is going to the Snapfire. Both killed, and I think Balrogs is realizing maybe a bit too late that this is not the fight for them to take. They do create some space for the Luna, but they lose 3 in the process. Not the ideal fight for them. Sexy Yogi going to be the final victim of this engagement.
Yeah, I mean, those were long TPs, but ends up being very worth it still for Apu Kings to show up and fight. Benny literally had an 8-second TP, I believe. 6, 7, 8, of course, as he was the third to TP on in. So much time to do nothing in Dota. Still, the team fight is great. They hold them in and really pen them in with this level 2 Arena of Blood, which does last 6 seconds, so that is going to be a crucial ability, making sure that Balrogs simply do not walk away. They will be keen on defending this tier 2 tower, but Reincarnation is back and Mini still has his Aegis, so it's a 7v5.
Once again, the duel for the Wraith King's first life. And yeah, they're going to get rid of the Wraith King, at least his first life, but he still has the Reincarnation, of course. So now with the help of Mini, Arzentis is going to be killed. Roboceta is also going to be stunned here for a second. He's surrounded by heroes, doesn't have enough damage, so he's going to fall as well. Can't really do much in the process. Why?
Yeah, I'm not sure what
is
the idea was
there. Is that not the worst dual target?
Because Apu Kings, not only do they, like, barely... They don't even lose the duel yet again. I mean, like, I guess they kill Wraith King, but, like, you know, he doesn't feed the damage. But they do a fantastic job at identifying the real threat in that fight, which was Tiny. Maybe Balrogs are just throwing Rs and T up front to make a lot of space for Roboceta on the Tiny to jump in the fights and take his targets freely, but he's not being allowed to do that, mostly because Mini roots him with the Searing Chains, and then immediately they have the Stompy Creep to cancel him, and then they just kill him after they dispatch the LC. So maybe it looks bad because Apu Kings are not falling for it, but it didn't look good the first time either, and this time didn't look any better, so I'm surprised Balrogs tried again. See if third time's the charm here, as they're unlikely to catch the Mars. They have vision though, and they've seen where the Wraith King is going. Doesn't have reincarnation.
Oh, the Skeleton should have detected the smoke though, because they just bumped into something in the middle of nowhere. If he was checking, he might have guessed. Still though, I just don't understand. Like I don't think.
Drop a tombstone. Vision.
When you make the same play twice, there's got to be some logic behind it. I just don't know what they're thinking with that, getting rid of the reincarnation. Like, if they had an easy time killing him a second time, it's fine, but Luna wasn't even there, right? So what's the point of killing him in his first life? Isn't it better to at least kill off the Weaver, for example, there? In the initiation? Because you're sacrificing your Legion anyway, you might as well kill the Weaver, that's how I'm seeing it. Maybe it's because Wraith King carries a stun, and he could stop the duel victory? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Tiny is just having a really tough time. People are tanky enough, at least the cores are tanky enough to not die to his combo. The supports are, like, they're worth killing, but, like, Ench isn't really so much the hero, especially if she has a good creep. You know, if she has a Stampy, you want to kill the Stampy, not so much the Ench. Weaver, right now, with Vessel, is merely annoying, and you don't kill any of the cores. I mean, they'll take an Ench. If they can get her, and they can't, rooted, and the soon-to-be Spirit to the walls of the arena is not Roboceta, dispelled at the very least here by the press the attack. He's going to live. Dagger in a couple more seconds. The duel. This is a better target under the Ember, but he still has the Aegis. As now Berna is going to use this Eclipse, still holding on to his 9-second BKB charge as they have dispatched of the extra lives. BKB now for round 2 now for Berna. He is starting to get in some real damage now in this engagement with the Glaives bouncing around to Serum as well. He is finally going to drop alongside the Wraith King. Hannes is still continuing to fight, but has no time lapse. It's already been used, so he's the third to fall permanently in this engagement. And now Mini still on the high ground. He uses a Remnant aggressively before he goes back. His third Remnant is well used, but it goes further in the base. That's the wrong way, Mini. You're Radiant.
Wow. And they end up winning the fight in the high ground, partially thanks to the Tombstone. They have a really good high ground defense. And now this Legion commander is starting to look like an anime, because this is like the kind of situation where the Legion goes, I have one code. I only duel people with 2 lives because I don't take anyone's lives. You're like, oh, okay, Legion, that is my ninja way. Okay, Legion commander, whatever. It's weird how the other target that he chose was the Aegis, especially when the Aegis was expiring in 30 seconds. But that was a much better duel. I agree with you, because the Wraith King is tanky in both lives. At least Ember can be bursted down quickly, and he had some utility after the duel. He also got some damage out of it. Reincarnation or Aegis don't affect the damage you get out of the duel. That's a big important point to be made. It's not like RSNT is completely stupid. It's just that his ideas are a bit unorthodox, let's say.
And I believe they even dueled the Ember Spirit when he had Flame Guard up, which was fine because they killed him with physical damage, and then he doesn't have Flame Guard for a second life, so he's even easier to kill.
Yeah.
So it was looking pretty good there. Better now as well, with plenty of heroes for these glaives to bounce around between. Now he's got the Manta, the full BKB, and the Dragonlance reassembled. I mean, what a fight for Luna, right?
Mm-hmm. Is it to go for the Butterfly as well, which indicates to me, so there's 2 options when you're up against Wraith King. It's either Scotty or Butterfly, right? Scotty indicates that you have enough good enough of a team that you don't have to tank the initiation, and you're capable of like just, you know, dishing the damage slowly but steadily. Butterfly indicates that you think the Wraith King will catch up to you at some point, and you have to be able to tank him. So it is an indication of a mistrust in your teammates, but also that you are going to carry the game solo. I also think Butterfly is a bit better. Wraith King's going for MKB, pretty bad item for Wraith King.
Not ideal anyway. And the evasion that Butterfly grants you is too high to simply deal with it with something like a Maelstrom Mjolnir. Great job by RSNT. He gets out the arena, he pings it. And in fact, looking to turn now is going to be Balrogs, as they have initiated here onto the support on Diamond. Once again, Bedena is going to kick off this fight with the Eclipse. The beam's going to be ignored by the Mars now that he does have a BKB, and the Kisses as well, not really panning into anything. The duel, this time, at least is going to be a fast one for RSNT. His first very fast duel for a while, up to 80 bonus damage now. Bedena conserves his BKB as well. Still has that 8-second charge, while Mars was forced to retreat with his 9-second charge.
Wraith King is TPing here. Benny. He's gonna charge, and Benny is gonna win this charge. Oh my god, the body blocks from the creeps as well. Sorip saving him though. The Mars from behind. They don't have the arena here. Romofeta avoids the swarm for a second. Now he wishes he has the illusion rune, as that allows them to spear him into the tree. Next to Yogi's already dead. A bit of a saving your teammate syndrome there.
Yeah, a bit of, once again, fighting without Tombstone syndrome as well. Like, fighting without your carry syndrome. I know it's like, you guys are in comeback mode right now, and you're feeling yourselves after a sick high ground defense and after a really good fight in the enemy triangle or in the enemy jungle. But you still have to recognize you're a bit far behind, and enemies were respawning. You're in comeback mode, which means you want to get an objective after a fight, but you don't need it that bad. It's just a mid-tier 1 tower. It's not worth losing potentially even a single hero over. And now Apu King's showing why that's the case, pushing right back the other way up to the tier 3 tower, however, already.
And that might be a lane in Rax, if not 2, honestly, with this. Wraith King is a pretty fast pusher.
These Skellies are doing some work.
Solar Quest also helps a bunch, of course.
Yep, and the AC, for some reason, affects buildings.
Yep, of course.
I mean, it does. I mean, you know,
they're afraid of it, obviously.
If
anything buildings can feel is fear, right?
Even these buffer buildings, they also have feelings.
Yes, once again, duel for the dual life Wraith King. He has a second one. He's going to come back in. Serum's the target now with the Mortimer's Kisses, and the Eclipse is used. They're going to kill Serum. The supports fall quickly.
Okay.
RSNT's watching this like, oh, we could kill them the whole time?
Not bad. That's 100 total dual damage now for the LC, so slowly starting to kind of become a little bit of a problem. Not the biggest deal yet, you know, we'll keep our eyes on that, because now this is showing some promise for the LC. Luna once again conserves her 8-second BKB charge. They once again repel them from the high ground, only getting the 2 supports, but they defend at least against 2 lanes of barracks. It's only the mid barracks that they're going to end up losing. So, not bad, but a decent hold by Balrogs.
Luna needs to come online. This Butterfly, though, is going to be a big deal. Now she just got it, right? So this next team fight might actually be a team fight that goes the way of Balrogs, but they could 100% not make another mistake like that. Like that throw, honestly, which is what you got to call it, in the mid lane, almost cost them the game. They really should not do that ever again.
It's hard to call it a throw when they were still playing with a net worth disadvantage, but I get what you mean, right? Like,
Yep.
they certainly were in a position of power and then relinquished it with a silly mistake. Deterrent selected for Berna as second Roche respawns with perfect timing now for Balrogs. They have a tombstone now in the pit, which is going to do a good job to provide a bit of a buffer. Good vision as well for Balrogs set up on the Radiant coast of the river. So this seems like it should be a very easy objective here.
And they bait out the Snapfire. She's dead. At least Balrogs, if they can get away with this, they have BKB this time. So Berna, he's gonna have to fight for now. Stuck in the arena, gets stunned already. There's the help from the press the attack. Buyback from the Snapfire. They're gonna bait into a fight. Is this gonna succeed? They're going for the Weaver here, but the toss actually gonna save her. They got at least with the Scatter Blast. Nice little time last year from Hanasis as they've left the Undying behind. He's gonna be bursted down. Balrogs realizing this was not the fight to take, but a little bit too late. They can force the BKB from Berna.
Yeah, there they go.
Berna. There's the BKB used. At least Hanasis will die as a result. No, still Sakuchi. He's alive. There we go. The Mortimer's Kisses finishes him off. Dunya in trouble himself, blocking as much damage as possible. The BKB's done for Berna. He still has a second life.
Great
The duel for the first life of the Wraith King. Once again, Arsene D covering the Luna's escape, but she's been speared to the wall. She's going to lose her first life. Benny making sure they're both equalized here as Dunya will fall to Arsene T's damage, but Arsene T will fall as a result. Berna fighting to the death, utilizing the Eclipse with no teammates around him. Berna is going to die. It seems like game one will go the way of Up-Booking and Kings, because I don't know how they recover now.
Game 2. But yeah, I think...
Sorry, game 2, my bad.
No, you're good. I agree as well. I think Berna, I commended him for being very, very restrained on his usage of the BKB. But probably the right call there, as soon as they erect the arena, is to just BKB and TP. It's really not worth your team's lives.
Yes,
Robosetta as well. I didn't see what he BKB'd for. Did he BKB just to try and kill the Weaver?
I did not see him BKB for the Weaver, to be honest, so I'm not sure. The
I
toss to
saw-
Ember was weird, though.
Yeah, I saw he was still, he had the avatar active when he was fighting versus Weaver on the backlines, and I didn't see anyone else there except for maybe harassing and with the Searing Chains, but the damage dealer Wraith King wasn't there. Either way, the fight not going too well, as there's again another duel victory. RZT, he just wants another duel, man. What more damage? No, he's not going to get it. Apu Kings, they're going to end the game, destroy the Ancient, and take us to game number 3.
Yeah, frankly, not the best showing I think about Balrogs. There's something that Beast Coast told us in their interview, and they said later in their streams when they played against Balrogs, that Balrogs are a really good team at playing with pressure, but they don't know when to stop. And for a less experienced team, especially when you're fighting against them the first time, that pressure seems overwhelming. But according to Stinger, once you realize where the weaknesses lie and where they overextend, it's kind of easy to bait them out. And I think we kind of saw this in game 2. Honestly, a lot of like pretty egregious issues by Balrogs towards the late game. It's kind of hard to paint them as anything else because they just straight up fed multiple times in that mid lane. They had really odd team fights. And it also seems like retreat was not a word in their vocabulary. And there was some points where you're like, mate, you don't need to fight head on for this to work. You can just wait your high ground. You have such a good high ground defense. Why are you fighting without Tombstone? Why are you fighting without Duel? Why are you fighting without PKBs? Like, it happened multiple times. So
Yeah, that wasn't going to be the best showing, unfortunately, for Balrogs. Luckily, they did take game 1 in a pretty convincing fashion. I like their draft as well here, so I think if they propose something similar and just slightly tweak a few of the aggro settings in their AI, I think they would be able to take us to a really, really exciting game 3. Because I also think now that Apu Kings are fully awake and ready to take this series back in their control as they equalize going 1 apiece.
yeah, King of Kings looking really good in the second game. That Wraith King tempo, exactly what they needed for to deal with Balrogs. Benny looking fantastic this whole game, honestly. Not just because he was tanking the duels, which of course is all Benny's job, but also because he would come back and murder half the team. But I will like to see what the panel has to say about these wonderful games and see if they are... I don't know, do they feel cursed at this point? Because whoever they say goes is going to leave. So I'm going to ask them. Let's go over 12 Plus and the boys. Hello, my lovely cursed panel. Duster, you are the common denominator on these panels. No matter where we go, dude, you have the real black magic here. Anything to say? Any apologies here for Balrogs, Duster?
Dude, how can I predict games right when RZT plays like this, man? It's like he duel Wraith King first life 5 times. I can't think of any good reason for it, to be honest. Like it was, and exactly as I pointed, like they kept buying every single fight. Like even if someone died first, if they use a spell already, like they kept fighting and dueling the first life. I can't believe.
Yeah, can you explain this to me, Sexy Fat? Can you have some insight? Because I was also puzzled by that.
Bro, I'm so confused. Like, I was even talking to Dust. I was like, bro, what's going on? Like, the third time I think he do the under the tier 2 tower, mid tower. I was like, maybe they thought it was cooldown, but like, no way. Was what it was already gone too much time for the cooldown to go up again. So I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
think
kind of became a
Arsene
meme.
just choked, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's a targeted spell. How do you choke with a targeted spell? I don't like. Can you not go for someone else?
Yeah, sure, but I don't think Arsene thought on this on the middle of the game.
All right. Talk to me more about what we were talking about, though, Duster. In general, the game plan. Why is Balrogs unable to retreat? What do you think the team is going through right now mentally?
I guess the lack of King Tucker really showed up this game too. Like, feels like maybe he was the guy that would put the brakes on the team and choose the right fights, because they looked a bit lost without him.
Now let's talk about Epulze, King Sexy Fat. Do you feel like their performance was much better than game number 1? Do you feel like their carry was better as well?
Yeah, I think the most impactful thing was the scary on Benny. He really knew what he was doing. Like, it really showed, at least from us or from outside. So yeah, I think they showed a really good Dota. Dunha Mars approved. He ultra kill like 15 minutes in the game. Well
Yeah?
played. But yeah, if they stick to these heroes, they really know how to play it. I believe this 2-1 for Apu Kings.
Okay. Dunyan did look very good on that Mars. Wonderful arenas as well towards that mid game. We'll see if he can do the same thing again, or this Mars gets banned for Epulze and Kings, because maybe you want to force Dunya into an uncomfortable hero. I'm going to take a small break before we come back with game 3 between Epulze and Kings and the Balrogs. So stay tuned for that last game, and we'll see you guys very shortly.